Hello, guys. Welcome back to this week's episode for predictions. I'm your host, Fahmy. Adnan, welcome back again.
Thank you so much.
Today, we're going to, of course, do the predictions for the weekend's games. Let's start off with Saturday's games. Bournemouth take on Leicester. What do you think about this?
Bournemouth is Leicester. And the thing is about Bournemouth is they are very unpredictable. But Leicester, although they lost so many of their games and against Nottingham, they were very impressive. So I'm backing them again. I think they have they have small confidence, and that will show against Bournemouth. So I will go for an Everton win, and I will go for a Leicester win. Leicester 2-0 win.
Yeah, Leicester have been fantastic, especially their last game against Nottingham. Chelsea take on Wolves. Diego Costa comes back to Stamford Bridge. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, and Diego Costa come back, and I think Chelsea fans will receive him well. Chelsea fans will welcome him, but I don't think he will win. So I'm leaning towards a Chelsea win, a Chelsea comfortable win, Chelsea 3-0 win.
Before we continue, Wolves fired the head coach last week. What do you think about this?
Yeah, but although he was not, they were not getting points, but they were playing well. And the thing is, they were not being scored so many goals, but they just lacked the final product, and that's not his problem. That was because of lack of strikers, and I don't think Leo Costa is the man to provide the goals because he's well past his time, and so it's a hard one, but it's unlucky for him. But I think they'll get I heard that they wanted Rafa Benitez, which is a really good coach. So I'm looking forward to that one. So uh, I think they will do a pretty good job with the new coach, I think.
Okay, and then Man City take on Southampton. Of course, Man City have been phenomenal, especially Haaland. Teams in the Premier League don't know how to stop him. What do you think about this?
Yeah, another easy game for Man City. I don't think Southampton will do anything to stop Haaland or any other Man City players. Man City team are too powerful. Their first lineup, their second lineup, all of them are just ridiculously well. And the way they played against us in the last week, Haaland especially, and De Bruyne. And I think the main player people say is Haaland, but I think De Bruyne is the main man for them. Without De Bruyne, I think it's a challenging one. But so I think an easy win for them, an easy Haaland goals for him. So I'll go for a 4-0 Manchester City win.
Okay, and then Newcastle take on Brentford. Newcastle versus Brentford is going to be huge. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a huge game. It's a classic game. So Brentford, and I like the way Brentford play, but Newcastle also, and the way they are playing this season with Eddie Howe's tactical performances, he's really good, and he is actually building a great team in Newcastle. So I'm backing them. I'm backing a Newcastle win, a Newcastle 2-1.
And then Brighton welcome home. Spurs, of course, lost their last game against Arsenal. And Brighton drew 3-3 against Liverpool. Brighton have been fantastic. What do you think about this?
Yeah, Brighton this season have been very impressive, and I think Brighton this season have been really good, without even without their former head coach. Or this head coach is also really good. And Spurs, the thing about Spurs that they get draws and wins, but their football is not the best thing. Watching Spurs, you don't enjoy the game. Just they sit back and they go on the counter, which is not good on the eye. But this will be a tough game because Brighton know how to open a team. So I'm actually leaning towards a Brighton. No, I will say a draw, a 1-1 draw.
And then on Sunday, Crystal Palace take on Leeds, another big game. Crystal Palace have been fantastic this season. Leeds also. What do you think about this?
Crystal Palace versus Leeds, and Crystal Palace this season. This season they are not good. They are not bad. They are just a mid team, and they are facing they're facing Leeds. Yeah, Leeds also they are also another mid team. They win some games. They lose the other important games. So this game I'm seeing a Crystal Palace win. I'm going for a Crystal Palace narrow win, 2-1 win.
And then West Ham take on Fulham. What do you think about this?
Yeah, Fulham have been on a good form. They are playing well. Last week they were unlucky and they lost their main man. And they lost Mitrovic. They're playing against
West
Fulham
Ham.
against
West Ham.
West Ham. And West Ham, they're getting their form. They are playing well. And when West Ham are on form, they are really a dangerous team. So we'll go for West Ham win. West Ham is win. West Ham 3-1 win.
Okay, and then the next game is Arsenal versus Liverpool, but we'll leave it as last. Everton take on Man United. We'll move on to that one. What do you think about this?
Everton versus Man United. The thing is, we are away, and away games are not the best games for us. And against the Leicester, we struggled, and the Leicester were playing really poorly. Brentford, you saw they beat us 4-0. You saw against Etihad. Away games are not the best for us. But I'm backing Manchester United against Everton. I think we will win against Everton, but we will really struggle against them. Actually, it's a big miss for us for Varane. So I'll go for a narrow Man United win. Man United 1-0 win.
Okay, and then we move on to Monday. Nottingham Forest take on Aston Villa. What do you think about this? Before you start, Nottingham Forest have extended the manager's contract, which is really bold, especially with the fact that Nottingham have been losing their games. Their season haven't been perfect. What do you think about this?
Yeah, Nottingham have been losing games, but that comes with the lack of chemistry. I think Nottingham players are so many random players that have been brought together. They don't know how to play with each other. They don't have no chemistry. So which is making them struggle really badly. But I think they will regain they'll regain their form when they understand each other. I think Jesse Lingard looks out of I mean, he's not playing well. You remember how when he played for West Ham, the way he instantly came into the team, but in Nottingham, he just doesn't have that chemistry with them. But I think they will regain their form again, but not so soon. I think after January. So I will go for an Aston Villa win. The way they are playing, I will go for an Aston Villa 2-0 win.
Okay, and now we can talk about the big game of the weekend. Arsenal take on Liverpool. Arsenal welcome Liverpool, where teams have struggled before. The Emirates Stadium has lately become a fortress. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, a tough one. I think the very important game for Arsenal for them to be considered title challengers. If they beat Liverpool so easily, they will be the title contenders easily. I think it's hard to go against Manchester City with the team they have. But Arsenal are playing. The thing about I'm liking about Arsenal is their style of play is really well. When you're watching Arsenal, you enjoy the game, and Ateta has a vision. So small teams, the teams, and I think the big six is the problem for them. And the teams below the big six, he takes the points from them. I think that will happen all the season throughout the season. And against Liverpool, find a way to, although they are not at their best performance, always Liverpool come up and perform against Arsenal. As you have seen, the so many last season, they play well. They play well against Arsenal with Firmino and Jota especially. So a tough one, a really hard one, but I think it will be an entertaining game. But I think it will be an entertaining draw. So I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
Oh, bold, because Liverpool's form has been shaky, but I think it's a fair prediction. It depends with both teams, the way they start the game.
I think the main Liverpool Arsenal's main target will be Arnold, and I think most take-ons this season has been Martinelli, and Martinelli against any other winger, he has been playing against him really well. But Martinelli versus Arnold, that will be a really tough one for the way defending wise Arnold has been this season against Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. I think that he'll have a nightmare of a game for him. So I'm actually looking forward to this because Van Dijk is not having his best season, and especially Arnold against Martinelli will have a crazy game against him because Martinelli likes taking on players, and it will be easy for him against Liverpool and Arnold.
You have been. You talked about Arsenal have faced a tough time with Jota, Firmino, Salah in the past few seasons. But this time it's changed in the sense of they brought a new defender, not a new defender, but rather a newish player in Saliba. Do you think he's going to make a difference in the game?
For that game, yeah, Saliba is always a difference maker. He gives the back three. I think they play back five. He gives Ben White and Gabriel the calmness. He's very comfortable on the ball, so he will give hard time against Firmino and Jota. But I think the thing about Jota is he always pops out of nowhere and scores. So it will be a really hard one. It will be a challenging one, but I think he will play well against Liverpool and he will shine against Liverpool.
Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for your time, Adnan. Like, share, comment below your thoughts on Game Week 10. Subscribe. I'm your host, Fahmy. That's Adnan. See you next time.